You really think you can stop us by reading these confessions on YouTube? You think knowing the story makes you feel better? You Africans, you make me laugh. Okay, you sit there scrolling and you are judging, whilst you pray to a God whom we stopped praying a very long time ago because this God keeps you poor. You are all spectators in a game where you have to follow the rules that we set. And my name, I'll call myself Chidi. I have a lot of money. I was given the keys to the kingdom from birth. I am a son of a high-ranking babalawo, and I proudly worship Baphomet, Mammon, the god of money, with a smile. Those that do rituals, they worship the same God that I also worship, whilst you worship your God in poverty. Nigeria is the giant of Africa because we don't do small, we don't do maybe, we go big in music, big in everything, big in business, and we go big in the spiritual world. That is why we have all of this money. I moved to Las Vegas and I did not come here to be a waiter. I came here to live, to enjoy life. Vegas is very perfect. I can say Vegas is the perfect altar from our god Baphomet, Mammon in brackets. For this city, it is built to worship the devil himself, and it is easy for you to get a prey when you want one. I live in a penthouse where the floor is marble and where the walls are so beautiful. It is as if they are gold coated. I laugh when I see these failed confession readers trying to warn people. You think that warning can stop the hunger that people have for a soft life? Every girl that I have met in America, all that they care about is how much money that you have, the black card that you have, and when they see the gold watch, the Versace shirt, the black card, they practically jump into your car. They don't care about the spirit behind the money. They just want to be seen just enjoying. Every woman is the same. They are greedy for money. And me, as a son of a babalawo, I was born at the shrine. I don't fear the demon. I don't fear any devil because I also consider myself to be an equal partner to the devil. He gives me dollars and I give him whatever that he wants at my altar. Every morning I look out at the Vegas Strip and I think and I laugh at the way that Africans think. An African who thinks that hard work is the only way. You can work 3 jobs and you are going to die broke. I perform one ritual in one of my black painted room and $1 million contract will drop in my lap in Lagos. I am happy worshiping the demon because he is the one who is honest about how the world works. Even the Bible, it says that this world, it belongs to the devil and heaven belongs to God. Since we are living here on earth, why worry and focus about the things that we do not know that are going to happen in heaven? What if you die, then you end up seeing that in heaven the space is already filled up and there is no space for you? You are going to cry, and it is better for you to worship the devil here on earth, for he will give you whatever that you want. I don't care about people that judge others that say that they are rituals, because your judgment does not bounce in my bank account. Good. The women here in Vegas are of the highest quality in the world. They are nice, especially the Latino. All they care about is money. They are fit, they are ambitious, and they want to be that main character in your life. They have that main character energy, and that is what I give to them in exchange for what I take from a woman. When I take a woman to my bed, she will win. Yes, I'll make her win in terms of money, and she'll think that she has secured a rich Nigerian zaddy. She does not know that I do have a spiritual wife. I have a spiritual wife that I got in India. I went to this river where they bath the dead, where they burn the dead as well. I took water from that river, returned back with the water to Nigeria, and after that, then a spiritual wife was born of Indian descent, but she transforms herself into a snake. Before I touch a woman, after I would have brought her to my house, I must activate the transfer. I go into that black room. When I go there, I sleep with the snake. Sleeping with the snake, this snake, it leaves something on my manhood. Then I go and then I sleep with that woman. As I am sleeping with the woman, whatever that would have been left on my manhood by the snake, this woman, she will end up having what they call high risk HPV. They think that it is just a virus, but they don't know that this HPV, it is a spiritual thing, and it is caused by my spiritual wife, since I sleep with a snake. And I avoid, when I am doing this ritual, for a woman to give me a blowjob. I only agree for a woman to give me a blowjob when I am not performing any rituals with her, because I do not want him to have this HPV, the herpes, on her throat, even though there are some of them that are forced for a blowjob and then they end up with throat disease. And this type of an STI, it is not cured easily. Usually, after I would have slept with a woman, a few weeks later, this girl, when she goes to the doctor, she will be told that she has a virus. She'll just think that maybe she got the virus, since most of them that I book, they are working as escorts here in Las Vegas, so they might not even remember who was the last person that they slept with. And this is what this spiritual wife leaves on my manhood. My spiritual wife poisons my manhood, and that is what she demands in exchange for the wealth that she gives to me. So this woman that would have gotten this STI from me, since it can't be cured, and they will start to struggle with their health. As they are struggling with their health, my wealth, it doubles. Every time when the doctor tells a girl that she has an abnormal pap smear, then it means that I am going to be making more money. When a woman dies, it means that I am going to make more than I used to make. These are like my human sacrifices that I give money to, and I buy their life. These are my sacrifices that help to keep my Ferrari fueled. They want to live like queens, so let them pay like servants for a lifetime. You people back home, you talk about things that you don't even know. All that you care about is money rituals. You don't know that we people that do these money rituals, we also have a life. Our life is not like an everyday movie. I can go for days without performing these rituals, and I am doing this because my forefathers, they have done this thing before I was even born. I do this when I am in Nigeria. When I am in Nigeria, I take the hair from a woman that I would have picked up. Usually, I like to hang around with very beautiful women, and I take her to a hotel room. When she is fast asleep, I make sure that I can take the hair from her head. Sometimes I can act romantic to even help her to comb her hair in the morning using a comb that I would have brought with me. I keep it and I go with it to my father. My father, he buries the hair of that woman that I would have slept with. Usually, my father looks for a place where the soil is red, and then he buries the hair of that woman. Even your bodily fluids, if I can find a way to collect your bodily fluids when we are being intimate, I can still use those bodily fluids, and this gives me money as well. So back home, I am someone that is known who has a very big business. I import different electrical products from America as well as cars. I am a man who knows what he wants in life. Let me tell you about the first time that I did these rituals on American soil. When I came here, I was new to Vegas and I was still trying to align the spirits, from the spirits of the deserts and the spirits of Igbo land. I went to the strip. I was standing outside the Caesar's palace and I was waiting. That was when I saw this woman. She was a beautiful young university student and she was out with her friends. And then we started talking to her. I was just a rich, exotic guy from Africa. And to me, she was someone that was ready to be used for rituals. I did not know that white people, when they die, you can also see their ghost, like we do with our African women. I never knew that white people, they also wake up as ghosts. So I took her back to my penthouse, and when we arrived, I already had sorted everything that I was supposed to use in that ritual. She asked me why was it that the whole room was painted black, and I told her that I was supposed to sleep in a black room. That was my own culture. I went into another room where I slept with the snake, and after that I returned back to the room where I had left that white woman. Me and him, we made love. As I was making love to him, I was leaving saliva that had been left on my manhood, because when I sleep with my snake, I sleep with him through the mouth, not through its private part. It opens its mouth, then I insert my manhood inside the snake. It is not poisonous, by the way. So it left its saliva. I did not find the time to wipe my manhood with this oil that my father gave to me. For this snake saliva, if it enters into the private part of a woman, it is very dangerous. As I slept with him, then I left the snake saliva inside her body, and it went into her womb, and then she thought that she had contracted a bad case of chlamydia. She went to the doctors, she took the pills, but nothing worked. It was not chlamydia, it was snake saliva. It was that saliva that was left on my manhood by my snake. So this saliva, the poisonous saliva, it was not just in her blood, but it stayed in her womb, and it created a nest inside of her womb. She died before the year was over. Her body simply gave up because she was rotting from the inside. There was no doctor, no lab could identify what the hell was wrong with her. So when she died, the horror did not end with her death. One night I was sleeping. That was when I felt that there was someone that was in the room with me, and I felt so much cold, like icy cold, and I knew that there was a spirit that was walking around. I woke up and I shouted, "Show yourself. Who are you? Say your name. What is it that you want from me? How did I wrong you so that I can be able to pay you back?" That was when I saw the ghost of a white woman. I had nearly forgotten about this white woman since I was already sleeping with a lot of them. She was not peaceful. She was a hungry, angry ghost. She was screaming. She had returned back to me and she wanted to kill me. I did not panic immediately. I called my father and I told my father that this was what was happening to me, and he told me what to do. In the meantime, I booked a flight, flew back to Nigeria. For this woman, she was the curse. She was cursing me because she knew that I was the one that had killed him in a money ritual. When I returned back to Nigeria, we performed a binding ritual. We trapped a spirit inside of a clay pot, which my father filled with soil, and then my father went and buried that clay pot, the spirit, under a massive tree in the village, but in the forest. This will block her path to the afterlife forever. So right now, she is a permanent pillar in my father's shrine, and that is what my father did to me. But I never knew that a white woman can wake up as a ghost to torment you. Your people might ask, so don't you feel guilty? Don't you fear God? You Africans are so predictable. You think that a church is a place of holiness. I see the church as a spiritual dry cleaner. As a son of a babalawo, I know that my spirit is dirty to even stand before God. Do you know that when I pray, God can answer me much faster than the way that he answers you? Why? Because I am always clean. My spirit is always clean. Each and every month, I sent money. This is my tithe that I sent. I sent a massive donation to some of the biggest mega churches in Nigeria. I pay my tithe in different churches, 4 of them. I'm talking about millions of naira. I am thought to be someone who is a very good Christian, but I am not a Christian. I only use the church to cleanse my spirit. I have sponsored new sound system. I can even pay for a pastor's private jet. I laugh when I see congregations cheering when the pastor announces that a nameless donor has given 50 million for a building fund. When they shout hallelujah, they don't know that they are helping to cleanse my soul. So he who tithe to the Lord, he cleanses his spirit. It does not matter if you are a sinner or not. When you give your tithing to the Lord, you are cleansed spiritually, and this is my confession. Your dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brother. What a strange confession. We're saying that every time when he sleeps with a woman, that woman end up having HPV, and that is how he makes his money. He is based in America. Strange things they do happen in this world. Let us talk about this in the comment section.